For today's edition of Meat Monday, we're doing a beer can chicken using a black cherry hard cider. So we're going to get started here. One of the first things I like to do is to, break through in between the skin and the meat and start to massage the breast meat. Just trying to tenderize it a little bit. It also helps for when it's time to put the rub in there that you've got that space in there and you can start to really work the rub on the inside. But I really just like to massage the breast and tenderize them a little bit. Time to start putting that rub on. We're going with the Mike D's Barbecue All-Purpose Dry Rub, which actually won World Champion in the chicken category back in 2017. So it's always a good choice to put on chicken. You want to make sure you get a good coating. Cover the outside of it. You want to get it on the inside, on the meat. Get it on the legs, the thighs. Just want to get it everywhere you can get it. The more rub you can get, the better it's going to be. It's going to get a nice, beautiful color. And just as you're putting that rub on, continue to massage it and work it. And the more you're massaging it and working that meat, more tender it's going to be, and also just the deeper the flavor is going to penetrate. And so you just want to keep doing that process. Want to make sure you get into all the little cavities there. Use your fingers to sort of separate to get in the spots that you can't get into. You want the flavors to be everywhere, so working into all the grooves as much as possible. You want to flip the bird over. You want to start getting the other side as well. Anywhere that there's bird, you want to have some rub. And so you just start to rub it in there, work it in, find more grooves, get on the wings. Again, you're just trying to get the rub everywhere you can possibly get it. Don't mind my hair either. I didn't really comb my hair today. I kind of just let it go. So it's kind of all over the place. But it doesn't stop good cooking though. So we flipped it back over now that we've done both sides. And we're just starting to pull some of that skin back over the meat. Just so that there's an extra layer of protection against those breasts. You don't want them to dry out. So I'm going to pull that skin back over them. Apply more rub that could have come off while you had it on the other side. So we're going to do that. It's looking good. Now here we go for the beer can chicken. Usually you have like a beer can there. We're using a different setup this time where you can pour it into this little container. That way we can use these hard ciders that come in these glass bottles. Obviously you want to take a sip first. You always want to get a little flavor in your mouth as well as in the chicken. So put some of that hard cider in there. We pour a little bit of rub in there. And then we're going to put the top back on, and we're going to get the chicken set up on there. This actual version of the beer can chicken, we sell it at our store here in Durham. So if you happen to be in the Durham area, you want to use this version of the beer can setup, just stop by the store and pick one up. Now we're going to get that chicken on there, just set it in, and drop it on. And there you have it. Now that it's on there, it's looking pretty. It's time to get it out to the smoker. And so today we had the smoker, our Griller Grill Silverback smoker. We had it going on 275, 280 degrees, what we're going to smoke these at today. I usually like to do my chickens between 250, 275, and just let it go for a couple hours. At this point, not on time, but based on temperature, the breast meat is right about 105. And so I know I'm trying to get that breast meat to 165, but when it's right about 105 is when I want to start putting that layer of sauce on there to get a nice glaze, to give a nice color, and just to sort of lock in all those flavors. So we're using our big sauce here, which is the thinnest of our two sauces. Both of our sauces are on the thin side, but this big sauce is our original. Is our first product. It's a mild smoky flavor with a little bit of tang to it. And so we're going to put that on this chicken. It pairs really well with the all-purpose dry rub. And so that's why we're going to use this one to help lock in those flavors that have been smoking along. This is our pellet smoker. If you're not familiar with the Griller Grills brand, it's a pretty solid pellet smoker. We're using a competition blend of pellets right now, so it's got a good mixture of flavor in there. And again, we put these on when it was at 105, and now we're going to close it back up and let it go until it gets to that 165, the internal temperature we're looking for. And here we go. It is complete. Now look at that. See how that sauce just kind of gave it this beautiful outside color? Sort of paired well with that rub, gave it this nice outer look. I mean, that just looks delicious. Just perfect. Like, this is what you want your beer can chicken to look at. A little bit of char, you got some of that smoke, and you know when you cut it, you're gonna get a nice smoke ring. Got to get another sip of the hard cider. It's, all in the flavor, so you just want to keep that going. We'll get this chicken off of here, and you're gonna see as it comes off, it's how juicy it is. Just juice is gonna be just dripping out. You see it's still smoking hot. You can still see some of that steam heat coming off of it. We're gonna get ready to go to the next step. I just realized that, so I put the glove back on, knowing that I want to move it around and let you guys get a good look at it. Just another look at how beautiful this bird is. Now we're gonna get ready to do some slicing. Get these gloves off. So first, we're not gonna just slice it all the way, but we're gonna get a nice little snippets off here to give it get a look and see what it looks like. Get a look at that smoke ring, get a look at how much juice is in here. We're cutting the breast because that's always a part that people fear dries out the most, but if you do it right, the breast is gonna be moist. So we're just gonna cut a piece of the breast here to see how moist it is. Get another little piece here, and it is looking amazing at this point. It's nice and soft. There's a great smoke ring, a nice pink outer smoke ring, getting to the white interior. One thing to look at when people smoke chicken, people often think about if the chicken is pink that it's not cooked all the way. But when you're smoking meats, you can get that smoke ring on the outside. So you're gonna have like a pink on the outside and it gets white on closer to the inside. And that's how you know you got a good smoke ring on there. But look at these pieces of chicken. Like, that's just beautiful. All that moisture on the cutting board. You can see how moist it is on that bird. It's a great color. I'll come back and give it a little taste. It was delicious. This may be the best beer can chicken I've ever done. I think it was that hard cider, that black cherry hard cider that was on the inside, just gave it the right amount of flavor. And now we're gonna come on and retouch it up with a fresh batch of sauce. Obviously you wanna, choose new sauce, get a cleaner brush from the one that you used earlier. But you're gonna put on another layer of sauce here just because you want some more sauce on that chicken. You don't have to do this, but my family likes to have a little sauce on their chicken, so before I serve it, I add another layer of sauce on it. And then we're done, and here's the final product. I mean, look how moist that is. Just moisture all over the cutting board, the sauce. Just a perfect pairing between our big sauce all-purpose rub and that hard cider black cherry.